Hello, crafty friends. Welcome to the channel. Gloria Parra here today for Bella Blvd. So I want to tell you a little bit of how the Bella Design Team works. So we get a couple of assignments a month, and sometimes we get those open assignments that tell you to use one collection in any way, shape, or form that you want. That's like an open assignment. But sometimes we get an assignment very specific like this one. So for this one, I'm challenged to use lots of black on my page with just a glimpse of color here and there. And that's a challenge for me, friends, because I'm very used to color. I love color, but of course I'm always up to a fun challenge. So I want to start with this one. Thankfully, I got 2 pieces of these because I love this pattern paper. So I'm gonna start with this one. Okay, I'm gonna bring in these 2 pattern papers. Look at all that color, friend. I'm so tempted to use it because if someone knows how to do color well, it's Bella. But they always give you those bold blacks that really pop out. So it's gonna be very fun to do this challenge. So I brought in this polka dot, I brought in this little paper clip. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm using the documented collection for this challenge. So I'm gonna use both of these. I am wanting to bring this cut file here, and it's not a cut file actually, friends. It's called cutouts, and it's just amazing because it comes all cut up for you, and it is a very thick cardstock that you can just layer some paper behind it and pop it up and have it be like the main thing in your page. So I'm gonna use that one. I'm also going to bring in this transparency. If you did not know, Bella does awesome transparencies that work amazing for mini albums, for covers of your mini albums. They work fantastic. But friends, I'm gonna use it today for my layout. So look how fun that looks. That bold diagonal stripes look awesome with the grid behind and the little scallops here. So yeah, I think it's gonna work really nice. Also, I was thinking of bringing some of these borders here that are super fun, and maybe incorporate a little color here and there, as well as the awesome chipboards, ephemeras, etc. But we're gonna try to keep the color to the minimum and concentrate on those beautiful blacks. So for this layout, I am bringing in a photo of my oldest daughter who's really into, gaming and just having her time with technology. We limit her a lot. It's usually just the weekends because she has school, sports, homework. So during the week, she gets none of it. But the weekends, we let her have fun. So yeah, I want to talk about that. And I was really thinking that this would be a great opportunity to bring the currently card that's part of the clipboard pattern paper. It's not clipboard, paper clip, sorry. And it's a cut apart down here. So I get 2 of each, so that's wonderful. If you can get 2, they are awesome to cut apart and just, stretch your collection. But if not, you can cut apart this card and you just use other pieces of this paper to do our layers. So I love that it has those highlights, that are so awesome to just document what you or your loved one is into at that moment. So that's my idea, and let's start. So let's start constructing our page here. And for this cut file here, or this cutout, I'm gonna bring in this polka dot pattern, black and white pattern paper. So let me bring in the package. They come with this super easy to use letters that you can cut apart first, then trace it and cut the backings, and they fit really, really well and make the process super easy to back up the cut file. I also just used to put the adhesive, adhere it, and try to fussy cut everything. But once I followed these instructions, everything's better. So we're gonna do it and you're gonna see how easy it is. It may take a little while, but it is not hard at all. So let's take this off, and this, we're not gonna use this, and we're gonna start cutting these pieces. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but just follow the lines, and then we will trace these letters. Since this is too dark, I'm gonna trace it behind. Okay. Oh no, friends, I need to trace it. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to flip it so I get the correct orientation of the letter. Okay. I will have to flip my letter, trace it, and that way the black side will have the correct orientation of my letter. So I'm gonna do one with you so you don't have to see all this process that takes a little time. Okay, but let's get a pencil and just trace it. Of course, when you want to do this on camera, it gets a little fussy, right? Everything gets harder in camera, friends. Yeah, there we go. Okay, you will do this for all your letters, but let me do one complete with you. So that way you get the idea of how these cutouts work and that they can be super easy to use and just get that cut file look on your layouts, especially if you don't have a die cutting machine or you just don't like going through all the hassle of connecting, downloading the cut file, etc. So there you see, friends, we get a perfect cut that's gonna cover our entire letter there. Okay, so now just so you see how I like to personally do it, because I don't use liquid adhesive. I just bring in this like silicone mats and I apply double-sided adhesive to the back of my letter. That way I don't mess up my table. I just put this silicone piece behind it, and there we go. Okay, you see, friends, super easy to back up the file. So I'm gonna do this and come back. All right, friends, my cut file is all backed up. I really love how it is looking. I included the colorful like vertical lines on my hearts and left all the letters with the black. So now I need to create a little frame for this photo here, and I want to use a piece of this paper. And friends, I also added the text to my journaling card, and I love how fun this card is. I love all the little snippets that it has to just document my girl at this age. So my idea was to back it up with this same paper and to have it here. Okay, so I'm gonna do that and show you how it looks. All right, so I have my photo backed with that black paper clip, pattern paper, and I also have my currency card. And I was thinking of how to add it on the left side because of course I don't want to cover the text that I went through all the trouble to include it. I typed it out, I first scanned my card, and I then took it to Photoshop and dropped all my words there. So of course I don't want to cover it up. So a little pocket die to the rescue, friends. If you have any of these pocket dies or maybe a punch board that does that, you can totally use it. And I used the vellum piece to create a little pocket that will go right behind my Love This Life. And you know what I love? That I can have it, my journaling there without covering anything, and that it gives me potential to layer up more embellishment in this little corner without covering my text there. So I'm going to start adhering some things and we will finish embellishing this layout. So I have my photo adhered and my pocket adhered as well, and now I'm going to bring in my cut file, and I've added some foam adhesive. This is a 3mm foam adhesive. I've left the top part of this cut file free so I can tuck some things behind it, and I will use the grid lines to line everything up and adhere it. So I love it, and I have a couple of things here in my desk that I want to incorporate. So since she's using some technology here, she has her her computer, and there's no computer in this collection. I will be using this little phone, if she was listening to music. She's always listening to music, friends. Let me know if your kids do homework with music. It's something that I fight over all the time because I can't get how she does that, but she just loves having her music and doing her homework at the same time. So if it works for her, then I just lose that battle every time. So I thought that was a good one to use, since it has a song playing. It says a good day, so I thought that was a nice backstory to tell you about. And I love this colorful speech bubbles, and it says amazing, loving, joyful, fearless, happy, and kind, and all those words describe my girl. So I thought it would be great to add that coming from the heart and pop it up as if it was coming from behind the heart. On the left side here, I want to add something. So I was thinking of maybe another little cell phone, but that's too much. So I also like this work calendar or week calendar, sorry, to put behind here. That could work well as well. And another idea that I have is to cut this tag around and use this speech bubble. So let me do that so we can try it here. So here's my speech bubble, and I think I'm gonna pair it with the cell phone here. I'm gonna layer it on top, covering the Hello Gorgeous, because it's the only way that I can just make it fit around the text, the new text. And I'm gonna tuck this behind my L and my O, and look how good that looks. So it just creates that kind of, that triangle there. The heart's another triangle. I think there's a lot going on in the page, but it is balanced. And I'm gonna bring in, friends, some chipboard elements. I love this from the heart. This is part of the chipboard stickers, and I'm gonna cover that one because I really like how it fits perfectly, and I don't know, it just gives that special touch to my title. I thought of bringing another chipboard sticker down here because we have something missing here on the bottom, and I think I like that. I think I could stop there, or maybe at this little camera at the bottom. But, you know, I just couldn't make my mind because both ways looked weird, friends. The lines covering the E here, this part looked weird, and the polka dot looks weird. So I think I'm gonna cover it and just forget about what's bothering me there. I don't know, what do you think? Do those small things bother you? So yeah, friends, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna stop there. I love this little like hidden tag here, and I love how it is black and white with a bit of color, but you know, it is a very fun layout. So I hope you've enjoyed it, friends. I hope you give this a try and that you check this collection out. This was Gloria Parra for Bella Blvd. Until the next time, friends. Bye-bye.